Hello, welcome to Priest Adventures, where we're doing another trail. This time it's middle of the day. We had some things to do this morning, but we're at the Cochrane Mill Park, just outside of Palmetto. It is a 2.8 mile, rated as easy. I kind of disagree with it, and I'll go over that whenever we get to the end of it. We've done this trail once before, and there's some interesting things to show. There is parking. You have to pay to park here, so if you're a non-resident, it's $5 for the day. But we got lucky, and it's out of paper. So Ranger Robinson, thank you for making it free for the day. That was well worth it. You have all the info right here. There's also paper maps that you can pick up, but we're going to use the ALLTRAILS app and get at it. So there's a couple of interesting things to see on this trail. It does make for a really nice walk. All right, with that being said, let's get it. Okay. Oh, so you want to be in it?
Yeah.
This is Olivia. This is our middle child. She's walking with us, although she said she'd never do this again.
I'm the favorite child.
Now we'll see come the end of this one. The trail actually starts on the app at the end of the parking lot. You have to walk down the hill, and you have to cross the road to be on the trail. Starts out with a wide gravel path, big enough for a truck, big enough for a car. But of course, like every other place, it is gated. So there's no driving down in here, not unless you're, I guess, a county or city worker, whichever one. This park actually started up by the Chattahoochee Hills community. They wanted to set it aside, and they took a fundraiser or collected up money and purchased the property and made it into this and do the upkeep, and that's the reason for the parking. Is to go along with the upkeep. So kind of interesting. In Chattahoochee Hills, we're literally less than 30 minutes from downtown Atlanta, and you would never know it. And we're coming up onto the bridge. So this is one of the first things to see, is it's a really nice bridge, but it's flanked on both sides by the old girders for the old one. And then I'll show you something else that's interesting just over here. It's like an old bridge trestle there, old rock one, and you have the waterfall, and people like to play on the waterfall and swim. Makes for a good place for photo shoots during the week. There's not very many people here. We're here on a Sunday, like right at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, doing this hike in the heat of the day, and it's a little more crowded than what it's been the last few times. But then the trail continues down. It goes from gravel to dirt, and you have picnic tables, so come for a lunch. So the start of the trail is gravel, well canopied, so it's probably 8 degrees cooler right now than it was back at the bridge. It doesn't stay like this for very long. It kind of goes in and out, but the terrain changes. And make sure to follow the app for this trail. It's the Cascades and Mill Loop Trail. There are different trails that come off of this one. I believe there's an orange, yellow, and red. I just follow the app and just follow it around. That's what keeps it at the 2.8, roughly. It says it takes a little over an hour to hike it, but it's an interesting hike. It's just nice to have that waterfall at the beginning, and you get to finish off your hike, at it if you wanted to cool down. Okay, the first fork in the road, you got to the left and to the right, and the marker says, the blaze says orange and green is straight to the right. Per the app, you go to the right. This is still part of the out and back. This is before you get into the loop at the top. So onward and upward, and this one is actually blazed orange. as you can see, right to there. All right, we're crossing the creek. Ooh. So they got nice bridges up here. And you got Bear Creek that you cross over. And further up, we're gonna make a right. So just follow the app. Oh, you're okay. So yeah, right here, if you follow the app, we're not going to the left. We go to the right, and we're still on the out and back. So you have to make sure to follow that app. Make sure to follow the trail. You'll get turned around on this one because now we're on the green blaze. So we're walking along Bear Creek. Now the last time we did this, it was after a rain, and this was up. This was really high. I mean, it was all the way up into here. We were walking just along the edge, and following the app. Well, further up, we'll see that there's a it's rocky. A whole lot of tripping. There's a place where it's all granite on a angle, and it was wet. We couldn't get across it, so we ended up having to go back and go further up, and found an old unused trail to cut across the top end of it to make our track. We're gonna try to get around the granite this time. Muddy. Okay, we're coming up on that granite slab that was wet. You can actually use this as a slide.
Sorry, go.
Yep. This is the spot where we couldn't get across. So, right here, all of this was wet. All the way from up top coming down. There was just a little dirt patch above the rocks up top that we could get across. But we were not going to try to scale this with it wet. You would have ended up right down in the drink, just feet out from under you and be gone. But now with it dry, you can get all the way down to the creek. And you can use it as a water slide. Pretty cool. The water is a little bit murky, a little green, but it's still nice. I bet it's cold. Surely it is. Get a feel for it. Yeah, it's chilly. Got tadpoles in it too. But there's people here, you know, swimming, wading in the water. This is our first time actually getting out on this rock though. So now we're gonna continue on, and I'll show you here at Olivia. I have Olivia sitting on a rock. If I can see her. Where is she at? There she is. So that right up top of the ridge there was an old unused trail that we found, and we made our way around because we were not going to get beat by this trail the last time we were on it. But read the reviews. There's a lot of hints and a lot of good advice in the reviews, whether it tells you to take it, you know, if it's a circular route, if it's a loop, to take it clockwise or counter, if it's more strenuous one way or the other, to watch out for, you know, some serious blowdowns that have happened the weekend before. Maybe they haven't got a chance to clean them. Now with every video, hydrate, cheers. Oh God, I'm dry. Cheers.
That's gonna go in the intro.
Olivia's trying to take over the channel. My olive 0 followers right now because I haven't released anything yet. I might get the nerve to release something, I don't know, next year. I don't know, maybe. Okay, off of the main trail. The main trail's back that way. There is a small pass through to the actual mill that used to be here, Cochrane Mill, which was a textile mill. There was a string of them that were built along the Chattahoochee, Sweetwater Creek, Bear Creek, stuff like that, in the 1820s to 1830s. You know, boom of cotton, just kind of how it went. Well, to power it, you had to dam the creek, and that's the I'm guessing that's where the water wheel would have been to generate the power for it. But it's an old dam, so an old step dam. It's neat with it coming down. Now this part of the trail is not on the ALLTRAILS map. So this is going to add a little bit to the overall mileage. We're going through a little tunnel-like thing here with some foliage. But the main trail is back up this way. You actually have to look for it. It's got the green blaze. It's on a tiny pine tree, but it's kind of angled away from everything. It would be nice if they would put a couple of blazes on it. You're coming up over in here, you'll hear the water running. You'll instinctively go that way, thinking that that's the trail, but it's not. You literally have to come straight up and come through here, and the green blaze is right there. They got one there, and they got one on the back side of it, but you don't really know it's there. It'd be nice to have a stanchion or something that marks that. So we're back on the trail. That probably added maybe 1/10 of a mile, if that much. It's literally just like 100 feet. I mean, it shouldn't really matter at the overall mileage of this trail. If I had given an honest review of the ALLTRAILS app, I've got to put in there that I did walk off of the drawn line. And I kind of wish that the first person that did this and made that line for everyone else to follow kind of went over there and did a small loop around it. You can see the top side of the dam from here. Okay, just coming off the main trail for just 1 second. You got it's like an old grind wheel. I don't know, maybe I would say for a grist mill or whatnot, but it's wrapped in metal. I'm not sure what that's for. It's been here for a long time though, but if you know what that is, comment. Definitely comment. It would be really interesting. Yeah, they did a right here. Invasive species removal. Cut a tree down and covered it in concrete. I'm guessing January of 2021. Again, if you know what this is for, comment. Okay, we're back off from the granite there and back onto the trail. Last time we were here, this tree, which if I can figure out how to edit, I think I have a picture of this, but it had fallen like the night before and just laid right along the trail here. So we had to kind of work our way around that and briars and all that stuff. We probably shouldn't have hiked this trail the day after a storm. I mean, it was a pretty good storm. Like the water coming through the dam opening there, it was probably 5-6 times the amount of water that was coming through. It was a wall that was coming out of that. It was impressive. And again, all that concrete just holds it. I mean, the entire inside of the concrete, it was all the way filled. It looked like a pool in there. But the amount of water that came out of it roaring, it was loud and really impressive. And we've been doing a lot of hikes, decided to do this, you know, walk and talk vlog type review of ALLTRAILS. Been talking about doing it for a number of years. We just finally pulled the trigger on it. So it's, now that we're doing it, we're doing a hike, you know, one after the other. But we're going to try to release these things like one a week, just being consistent. We never know what's going on from week to week. Whenever you have, you know, still have one in high school and a grandchild, we don't know what's going to be happening from week to week. So we're trying to get some kind of a hopper of them to where they can release once a week and keep it going. So coming off the creek, Bear Creek, you kind of end up walking around this like hilly area. It zigzags back and forth around. A lot of canopy. It's really shaded. No wind. Oh, here we go. Well, really? It's a Trojan. I have to find a Trojan wrapper on about the halfway mark of a trail. What are you people doing? Well, it goes in the pocket to go in the trash. We just came up a pretty big steep incline. We're on pine needles right now, as you can see. So it's a quiet walk. Great for deer hunting if you were doing it. But the green blazes, they need to update them. I think that's supposed to be standing. Can we get that on a tree that's upright? Would that kill? On the loop trail here, there's like a spur that comes off on this side, but then you have the stanchion, which would be nice to have on that granite at the pine tree. It'd be nice to have one of these with an arrow. That would help. I think my wife just found another spider web, so we're gonna walk up there and take a look. Who? Country Boy Cooking with Marshall. We like his stuff. Again, he's on Facebook and YouTube. My mother-in-law goes to church with him. And these friggin' dang rocks and roots. He has the Country Boy Cooking with Marshall YouTube page, but he's also on Facebook. He does a pretty interesting cooking. It's I like what he's doing. And he's got a few thousand followers. He's up and coming. So definitely check him out too. Again, I'm endorsing somebody and I got nothing. I'm on, this is video 3. Yeah, this is video 3. Ooh. Unless one of these blows up and I go viral and I end up with 1 million subscribers by the end of the week, then good job. Okay, we're coming up on another little section, another little viewing area that's interesting. It's not in the map, it's not marked anywhere. I don't think it's on the paper map, but it is, I don't know if you can see it yet. It is literally, it's an aviary, but they don't have any birds in here. It was an aviary at one time that I think it got shut down. Now it's been reopened. Bear Creek. It's the Bear Creek Nature Center. So it says that they're open. Usually 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Tuesdays through Saturdays. Where Sunday, they're probably going to be closed. They do have admission. And then they have where you can continue onto the green trail to get back on your way. Thankfully, we've done this before, so we know what to expect. You have the Nature Center itself. And when we did this hike, we did it on a Thursday and they were open. So we were able to go inside and use the restroom and actually get a look around. I wouldn't mind coming back out here doing this hike again and get shots of the inside of it. because it's neat. It's really neat. It's great for kids. You know, they have all kinds of little stuffed taxidermied animals and things like that on the walls, and it's got a nice rocking porch. It's got rocking chairs on the porch. But what we're going to do is we'll follow this road around the pond here, and then just past the trees it turns to the left, goes down the hill, and we're back on the green trail again, and we're trying to get this loop finished. And then you get to, before you finish the curve, right here the gravel drops down and you're back on the green trail again. So far we've done orange to green, and we go dipping back down through there. Let's see if I can do this without sliding. And again, you have another placard signage for waterfall trail, attention to hikers. Coming up on the end of the loop. So the loop includes the falls and the aviary, and then you come back here. There is signage here if you want to do it backwards, or just the opposite way, backwards from the way we're used to. There's a sign here, Trail Nature Center. It's a half mile back to it. I don't know, I like finishing with the aviary. If they're open, use the bathroom. But now we go make our way back down the granite. Oh, I love that granite. Okay, so now we're on our return leg, the out and back portion. So everything that you saw on the way out, you're looking at it again on the way back. I tend to like loop trails, so you don't rewalk the same thing. Again, I don't like a little piece of something there. It's okay, got it. That was the Dasani wrapper. At least it's not the whole bottles. You understand, Dasani kind of sucks on their wrappers. They want to leave them everywhere, I guess, for branding. Okay, coming out of the trail now, back to the waterfall, and this place is getting pretty crowded. Okay, this is the ending of the Cascades and Mill Road Trail outside of Palmetto. It says that it's 2.8 miles. We did it in 3.3. So 3.3 miles. You're off by about a half mile. And just walking over to the dam and back does not constitute that. Or checking out the stone wheel, or any of that stuff. It doesn't equal up to a half mile more. Now some reviews. 5-star review is Benjamin Valent. It said, well marked, well maintained trails. It was easy to find the trailhead, and then the trails were nice and pleasant, meandering in the shade. There were definitely people, but few enough that it never felt crowded, and most of the falls were almost entirely empty. I agree. Totally. Concur. It's there's a lot of people here. It's really odd shooting this video right now with people standing around. But when you're out in the woods, it feels like nobody's around, which is it's refreshing. It's a nice change. You actually get to disconnect, except for when your phone rings. Yay. The lowest one that I found was a 3-star 9 months ago from MG whatever. It said, not bad, nice river along the edge, nothing to write home about. I disagree. It's not a river, it's a creek. It's Bear Creek. But the dam, the foundation, the machinery, the old stuff, you know, that's in there, and then the aviary when they're open, is really nice to stop in and check out and drop a donation, pick up something, you know, pick up a book or whatnot, or a toy for a kid. It just keeps them open. With that being said, it's a really nice trail, and it's close to Atlanta. It's really good. There's people setting up their mountain bikes on the other side of the camera right now, you know. And for $5 parking, if you're not a resident, it's not a deal breaker. It's not going to kill you. So Although the ranger wrote a note this time, it said no paper. Have a great day. So thank you, Ranger. I like to save a few bucks. It always helps. So with that being said, I would consider this trail done. Follow us on our next adventure. Bye.